felt like there was a shiver going up the spine.
I'm going to mention that Mrs. P left the milk for you. I love you. I love you.
Mrs. P left me some milk and she had toast. She loves me. Morning, y'all.
She doesn't really like toast that much in the morning.
Off to Dawlish filming again today. Mummy and the squonky kids.
Went riding yesterday.
Went riding yesterday and going to the beach today. So it's all a lot of fun.
We keep busy.
Busy, part. Thanks for your responses yesterday. Reference yesterday's daily vlog. It was quite a fun one to film. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Hope you get some good info from it. Definitely more to come along those lines. And I think even today's is going to be slightly varied as well, just to keep mixing it up, you know. So yesterday's question, your biggest mistakes, very varied really, which I think is quite interesting. People thinking they make a lot of different mistakes. Definitely shows that you're kind of all after some good information in that field. So today's question then, with golf being so difficult as a sport, I get asked this question a lot. How can you play great one day and then the very next day awful? Or good for 9 holes and the very next hole, set of 9 holes, play awful. What is causing that massive shift from good to bad? Post your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button and thumbs up the video while you're down there. Why is golf such a monster? Right, one of those time shift bits again. I promised to do this. So happy birthday today to Mark Duffy. Glaswegian Mark Duffy in Glasgow. Happy birthday. Thanks for watching. Your partner, I think it is, messaged me, asked me to say hello. You've had a bit of a tough year. Hopefully things are getting better for you. Happy birthday. Thanks for watching. I feel a little bit like a DJ on the radio or something. And now over to Wham. Right, out at Dawlish. Coach having a few practice swings. You're right there, position coach. And I'm going to show you some of my setup, little kind of pet peeves, Matthew, about setup and where people go wrong and could go better. Yeah, we'll get to that one. Improving your setups. Look, setup has to be a dynamic form, and this is something I see students get wrong a lot. So this is why I make videos like this. Because I want to try and challenge not only you but other content creators and magazines and TV, just to open your minds. I think I see so many messages confusing so many golfers around setup. This one, classic example. Student comes to me and they take a good while getting into this posture. Trying to film a video here, Matt. And then they make that move. They put themselves into such a rigid, textbook position that they restrict their own movement. So some guidelines with posture, but think of posture as something that's got to be a dynamic position. Colin Montgomery, here. Then you got someone like Adam Scott in that kind of perfect position that everyone tries to get into. Both world-class players, both postures work for them. The similarities that both postures had is it allowed them to make their movement. So let's have some relaxed ideas in there. I want a little bit of leaning forward from your belt buckle. So I don't like seeing this. I want you to feel like your pressure in the ground just pushes a little bit kind of middle of your toes rather than maybe back on your heels. Those ideas. That's a lot of balls. Then I want to try and get your shoulders just ahead of your toes a little bit. Again, getting away from the sitting back ideas. Just a few dynamic checks. I want to be kind of ready to move around. I don't want to be totally rigid in back where my chest is out so much that my arms are pushing against the top of my chest. I haven't even got a big chest. When you get some golfers who are bigger here, females, not to be crude, men who have built themselves up, they get themselves in these postures and then they become stuck. Jesus. It's like a joke. So bending forward from the waist, shoulders forward at the toes, then from there I want you to feel relatively relaxed, a little bit of pressure on the front to the middle of your feet. Simple, easy ideas. How are you feeling, coach?
Oh, not good. Not good.
A little bit runny today.
A little bit.
A little bit loosey-goosey. You've already had to run in from almost the furthest point on the course.
just made it.
I just need the loo. Yeah, that's about an hour away. Yeah, I just need the loo. Right, idea number 2 around improving your setup, helping you play better golf, getting your setup in a more kind of repeatable place. I want you to think about the angles you create with your body. Let's try and get them a little bit more natural. So I see this one a lot, driver especially. Ball forward in my stance, one hand going lower than the other on the club is naturally going to make me tilt this way. So my shoulders are going to go right lower than left, upper body, spine tilt's going to go that way. If anything, that's going to push my hips a slight kind of forward action, kicking this knee in slightly. I see this setup a lot and it makes no sense to me. It's contradicting the natural angles that you would create if you just let everything fall into place. Ball forward in the stance, which is fine, we'll do ball position in a second, and then straight up spine leaning forward, hips back. But I would not stand here talking to you this way. It feels so uncomfortable. I'm going to stand pretty upright and natural, and if someone told me to put one hand lower than the other, well, I'm going to let everything just go with it. When you see these contradictions in setup, you see contradictions in path often. So hips going this way, shoulders forward is great for swinging left and often down for golfers, where if you can just get your upper body just tilting back, hips just kicking forward slightly, it allows everything to move in a more natural position on the way through. Encourages different paths. And I use the word encourages because obviously you can override any setup, which is why setup is just one of many factors of playing better golf. But letting the angles all fall into place is a great way of you improving your setup. The way I was taught to do it and still do it now is I'll set myself up, and if I've got any ideas of making sure my setup needs to be where I want it, I'll just introduce the right hand last. So from my right thigh, putting it onto the club last, just tilts everything as I go. So I'm starting quite level, let everything tilt into place, rather than, let's get rid of this one, peoples, it's not helping you. Let's answer your questions.
G'day Mark, it's Wade here from New Zealand. Just want your help on second-hand clubs. I've just bought some eye blades, which are about $309 a club here, brand new in New Zealand. I got that set from 4-iron to pitching wedge for $1,000 New Zealand, which is pretty damn good. What's the first thing I should be doing when buying second-hand clubs? Should I take them out for a hit, see how I go, or go and get them fitted straight away? Just want your hints and tips around second-hand clubs. Cheers for the daily vlogs, mate. Makes my day. Cheers, bro.
Right, second-hand clubs, there's not much you can do with fitting. You have bought pings, so they are able to move pings after the event. So you should go and get a lesson with your instructor or a coach if you haven't already got one. Tell them what you've done, ask them if they fit you, ask them if they'll suit you, and if they're not, they can go back to ping, and ping can move them and redot them. That's one of the good things with ping, along with other things. And I understand why buying second-hand clubs is obviously more cost effective, so you can't always go and get fit first. That's the other way you could have done it. You could have got fit first and then looked at second-hand clubs that might fit you. And then the other thing is definitely go out and get playing with them. You'll start seeing patterns in shots and those kind of ideas with them, and you want to learn from that and then go back to your coach and say, why am I getting this shot? And they might be able to tell from their measurements, from the fitting of the club that you've bought. The best way is always to get a fitting first, buy second. I understand that's not always possible, certainly with second-hand clubs, and you've got a great deal, which is all cool. But certainly with something like a ping, which is always why it holds its value in the second-hand market well, you can change them afterwards.
That's the toilet there, isn't it?
Yeah, that toilet is 218 yards away.
Oh.
You must have ran past it.
I've run straight past it. Oh well. No for the future.
Right, my final setup idea, and obviously they've got loads more setup ideas because you're all so individual and different. And if you want to see more of them, hit that thumbs up button down there like you did yesterday. It definitely shows me what you want. Also hit that subscribe button if you want more of these. So many more I could do, but here are just 3 of my kind of real bugbears. Final one then, ball position. What is the correct ball position? That question I get asked a lot. Ball position needs to be functional, and the theme with all the setup ideas, it needs to be dynamic. Rule of thumb, 7-iron, middle of my stance, and that's the back of the ball, the bit I'm hitting. So the bit I'm going to strike, I put in the middle, so that actually the mass of the ball slightly close to my front foot. And then I move the ball further forward in my stance as I change the loft. So as loft comes off the club down to my driver, ending up on my left heel instep, wedges from the middle, and then sometimes wedges back with more loft. And there's the key, the loft. I'm playing my ball position around loft. I've played with some very powerful hitters who hit 4 irons where I would play near the front foot from the middle. They got no problem getting the ball up in the air. They don't want to have any added loft or any kind of assistance, so they go and whack it in the middle like they would a 7-iron. It's dynamic to the player. Do you see what I mean? So being confined to the correct ball position won't help you play golf. I'm 155 yards out into the wind. This is a 7-iron. I'm going to play 2 shots, 2 different ball positions. This one, the ball is back in my stance, so it's closer my right foot. So for me, it's going to deliver less loft. It's going to tend to make me want to draw the ball because it's going to push my path a little bit more right, because I'm going to hit that ball earlier on the arc it's doing down at the bottom. So I will change my aim for this. So you can see as I dynamically move my ball position, I'm moving my thought process around the shot. Ball's going in lower, it's drawing against the wind. That's middle of the green if it's long enough. Bouncing on now, middle of the green, pin high. Take that all day long. If I play the same club now, ball forward in my stance, this makes me feel like I might pull or even cut a little bit because the path's going to be moving left. So subject to where that face is in relationship to that path, ball forward, I tend to aim a little bit up the left, try and hit it high. So going over things, those kind of ideas, into the wind. This isn't really the shot you'd play, just to give you an idea of how the different ball positions dynamically affected on the course and my ideas around them. But with wind off the left, I don't mind if it's slightly pulled. So I'm ball position slightly forward, I'm pointing face pretty much at target. So I'm going to, if anything, start the ball at target and move it just right of the flag if that path is going left by the time I get to that ball. That ball's going way up in the air and it's trying to cut back to the flag. I don't know if it's going to make the carry or not. No, we'll get up there and show you these two. I changed my ball position. I've hit target in left and right misses with both, but very different result. So, 2 shot. Ball on line with the green but coming up short here was my high shot. So this one here, ball played forward. Ball over there, pin high was my lower shot. Obviously into the wind, the lower shot would be always the one I go to, ball back and kind of knocking it down, trying to control the flight. But it shows you I can dynamically hit the ball at target from different ball positions because I'm willing to practice dynamic ball positions. Also, I was talking about how my path changed. Now I'm a 0-ish golfer, so my path is relatively straight when I hit shots. So putting the ball back moves my path more right, putting it forward moves it more left. If you're someone who always swings out to in, putting your ball back might make you 0. It's dynamic. That's the point. That's what you've got to practice. Get on your range, hit balls from the correct ball position. Then hit it from the incorrect ball position. Study the flight, look at the miss. Do I miss more on the right, more on the left when it's back or forwards? Take that data to the course and you can play golf with it. That's how you lower your scores. There we go, thanks for watching. We're going out for dinner. We're going out for dinner, bruh. Tired. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah!
Wasn't it, everybody?
I've been very
A lot of fun, Mrs. P. See you all tomorrow. Hit the thumbs up button as usual, subscribe button. Let me know why you think this game is so hard as well. Hit that comment section up down below. See you all tomorrow. We've got swing coming at you tomorrow. Or don't forget to let me know if you like this style as well.